everybody, how's it going? A couple of you have asked to know more about my truck, and I'm actually here right now doing about once a quarter I empty the bed boxes out, and especially my ratchet straps. I make sure that they're looking good. I'm actually had to go buy some more because 3 of my ratchet straps are actually fraying, so now they've been retired from officially being used on the truck. Now I just got to check the last one. But this is my 2006 F-350. We'll do a little walk around. I'll start it up. I think you already heard a little bit of it. We'll start it up and yeah, we'll just kind of look at it, see what we got.
Hey, are you liking the video? Hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that'd be great too. Leave a comment, helps the channel grow. So do those likes, by the way. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, Patreon. It's a great way to help us grow the channel, invest in new things like new tools, new games, new adventures. So, if you like the video, hit that like button. Drop us a comment. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Just enjoy.
Now this is a long bed truck. The box was rusting out, so I went down to Murdoch Trailers there, and I got this Swift built, which is an American-made bed for this truck. Got a headache rack on it, and I've got 4 boxes here. I also have in here a gooseneck, which is actually what I use to haul my trailer, and it's rated at 30,000 pounds. Legally, you can't run a 30,000 pound gooseneck on the road, but it is rated that high, which is great. The ball actually was coming loose at one point. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to climb up here at the same time I'm talking. Oh, and not fall off the truck. There we go. There. It was. There we go. At one point coming loose, but a little tack weld. Tightened it up really tight, tack welded it. That sucker ain't coming loose ever. And I've got the bars I need for my chains. I don't have a electrical connection here because I don't need one, but I've got room for it. Yeah, it's hard to tell up in here, but this is a heavy-duty rated truck, so it's a 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating on this truck. So I've got the heavy-duty rear shocks on here, or leaf springs. Sorry, I have shocks somewhere. They're inboard of that beam there, and you can see that they actually had to jack. Some welding in here when they put on the bed. This bed is rated for a Ford, but for whatever reason it didn't want to behave nicely, so they had to raise it up. So it is actually quite a bit raised. In fact, when I put my trailer on here, if you saw the trailer during the American truck thing, it's actually raked back a bit, because even though you have the goose box on the trailer pushed all the way up, it still doesn't go level because of the raise on this truck bed. One thing I really like about this Swift built is all my lights are LEDs. So I've got my regular lights there, and then I've got the lights up on the headache rack as well, which is really nice. Now, I've got standard hitch on the back. It's rated at 25,000, I think. The downside is these. They are too small to get most latches in. Ow! So I actually have a heavy-duty chain that I run in there, and I put this, which is rated at, I think I bought one that's rated at 40,000, I think. But then that ends up back there, and I got the chains hanging through, and then I can hook on there. Makes it easy. I have to do drop hitches because I'm a 4x4, so I have to get a better drop hitch because mine are crap. So this is my back driver's side box, and that contains all of my necessary hitch stuff. So I've got my straight hitch with a triple ball and a hook, and I've got a shallow drop and a deep drop that need to be replaced eventually. So that's my back driver's side box, nice and close to my hitch. Passenger rear, this is recovery. So I've got my control for my winch. It can be wireless or wired. I've got my heavy duty truck chain. I've got a Smitty built kit with toe straps, heavy duty toe straps. Just generally what it is, just recovery. Just store it in the passenger rear box, close to the rear of the truck. That way I always know where it is. Forgot to mention that Smitty built kit has a come-alongs and snatch blocks and all the stuff I need to redirect my winch line if necessary. So it's a full kit. It's like 30 pounds in that bag. So the recovery straps are 20,000 and 15,000 pounds, and the snatch block is good for 18,000, so, which is my winch rating anyway, so good there. And the trucker chain is full on 5/8 inch trucker chain, so that stuff's 40,000 brake strength, I think. So plenty of kit there in case I need to recover either my truck or somebody else's vehicle. The most boring box, which is passenger front box, is tarps and moving blankets. This isn't even all of them. I usually throw extras in, but I'm down a few because I was using them and they got ripped, so I got to go buy some more. But yeah, tarps, moving blankets, stuff like that, because this truck bed will tear up just about anything if you slide it on there. Also, I just wanted to point out my truck bed originally did not come with these right here. These actually came off of the box bed. I removed them and bolted them in here because then that allows me to pull stuff up against a headache rack, which is really great because sometimes that's the easiest way to put on like a box or something. Just push it up against a headache rack and winch it in, ratchet it in. Alright, the box I get into all the time, you can see it's got some scratches and dings there. Yeah, this is the one that has all my ratchet straps in it. And you might look at this and say, wow, how do you ratchet onto this thing? Well, the cool thing is, I've got a quick here. Well, if I can do it. And now I've got stake sides, potentially, but also some really nice catch points for my ratchet straps. I got one there, and I can actually go down on the bottom and ratchet on as well. So I've got 4 ratchet points along there, plus the 4 extra I put on the back of the headache rack. So that's really nice. And then when I don't need it, it just folds up. It also has really cool slip back here. This cutout is so I can put a 2x4. So I could drop a 2x4 in here. And then you could actually get a sheet of plywood on here, completely flat on the bed, without going past the 2x4. Makes it a little bit easier. It's technically the world's shortest bed. It's like what, well, 4 inches. It's a 4-inch bed. I don't have much bed depth, but that's okay. So my ratchet straps, well, first these are really cool. This is just rubber. Once it gets on here and you get enough weight, now I don't have enough weight to do this, but once you get enough weight on here, things do not slide. This does not slide on the bed once it has weight on it, and items that are put on top of it don't slide. So really nice when I'm hauling stuff that might slide. Here is my box of 800-pound ratchet straps. This box has 400-pound and 2 1200-pound ratchet straps. And this one has my remaining legacy 400-pound. The rest of them got retired. And then some 400-pound ratchet straps. These ones retract, which is really cool, but they don't reach across the bed, so that's a problem. But this all lives here in my driver's side front box, because it's the box I get into all the time. Running boards are Magnum running boards. These are American made out of Phoenix. Really nice, protect the sills. Just nice looking, heavy duty. Dropped one on my head, it hurts. Alright, front end with the world's cheesiest license plate cover. So the front end is a Ohio-built bumper. The fog lights are just for show. I had to buy those separate because this truck didn't come with fog lights. That's an 18,000-pound winch on there. So I can pull the weight of my truck times 2 out of there. I got myself my little heater because I do live in an area where block heating is important. And I have a front that is a 12,000-pound front hitch point, so I can actually push things around with this truck instead of having to pull everything. Because it has a turning radius of the moon, that is helpful if I need to back a trailer, push a trailer into a spot. It doesn't work with the fifth wheel, but works with bumper pulls all the time. So really nice bumper on there. Nice thing is, nobody has cut me off since I put that thing on there. It is about a 900-pound bumper. So it's I actually had to get an engine lift to put it on. So that was a fun exercise. And there's the free spool for my winch. so I can free spool it up, and it is all connected all up into my battery units, my 2 batteries, since I'm a diesel. This is a diesel truck. I've got 2 of them. So big old bumper, nice winch. There you go. There's my winch model number. I think it's a Smitty build, probably. Don't remember really. Yep, engine is that Powerstroke V8. This is the 6-liter, which everyone hates. This engine has been pulled out completely out of the truck, and it has been bulletproofed. I can't actually show you what it is because all of the pieces are hidden from your view. I bulletproofed everything that they build except for the turbo. The turbo is still factory. So everything else has a bulletproof kit on it, which gives me confidence that this thing won't blow up, which is nice. Ready for the world's most stock truck you can imagine. See that right there? Yeah, those are roll-up windows. I have roll-up windows, I have manual door locks, but the only thing automatic in this truck is a transmission. In fact, I have classic radio. That is a tape deck, folks. That is a tape deck. I actually have tapes to go in it. So it is truly a stock truck. I do have nice things that were added. I've got 4 aux switches, which are not currently hooked up to anything. I've got my trailer brake controller, which is awesome because it's fully integrated. When I hit the brakes, well, the trailer hits its brakes. 4x4 switch. I've got a scan gauge 2 that's hooked up onto the port so that I can keep track of engine oil temperature, water temperature, transmission temperature, intake air temperature, so I can really keep an eye on that. I have that hooks onto this thing, which keeps falling off. I have to weld it on. I bought some epoxy to epoxy it on, but this is that camera, that dash cam that I use for this truck, because this thing is by itself just a shy of 9,000 pounds, and with the trailer we're pushing 20,000 pounds easy. Yeah, I want a dash cam in case some idiot cuts me off. These are vinyl seats, and they are the hottest thing under the sun when they are in the sun. But other than that, this truck is about as stock as they come. I've got tint on the rear windows, and that's about the only upgrade this thing really has. So let's start her up. She's sitting here waiting. Yes, my door is ajar. How about them apples? We'll close it so you can see how many miles this poor rig has. She's a baby. She's a baby. Only 122,777 miles. That's it. Aww. Yeah, nice truck. 325 horsepower at 3,000 RPM, 565 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM. So plenty of power. I mean, it's not like these brand new rigs, but do you really need 1,000 pound-feet of torque? No, you don't. I mean, I look around this lot where my truck parks, and I don't see a single thing that requires 1,000 pound-feet of torque. So there you go. I'm waiting for the scan gauge to come on. There we go. Well, there we go. There's the scan gauge. Gives me water temperature, top left, engine oil temperature, bottom left. Then I've got intake air temperature and transmission fluid temperature. So I can really keep an eye on, oh, there we go. Maybe that's viewable. I can't tell. I can keep an eye on all of those vitals that I need. So when I'm pulling a heavy load, like the trailer, when it's got its water tanks full, I can make sure that I keep all my temperatures in a good operating range. All right. So let me turn this thing off because you can't hear me over it. Hush truck. All right, so other than other than the bed rusting out, the other thing I was rusting out, oh, my doors. Oh, my doors. It's kind of hard to tell here because I did a really good job of hiding it. But if I go to the very, very end here, oh yeah, there's the rust preventer right there. I ground it all off underneath all these doors. In fact, right here you can see that I actually put it on this here as well. So I had to take care of all of that. I had to grind it off and go over it. And then I had to pay a body shop because the metal on the back side of this, on the underside, was so thin you could put your finger through it. So I had to pay a body shop to weld in some new metal because I didn't have the ability. It's formed and twisted metal, so I don't have a former. So I had to pay someone to do that, but that is most of the rust. I mean, I got some right there, but that is actually on the fender, which if it gets bad enough, I'll just replace the fender, because why not? Well, that's my truck. It's a beautiful truck in my mind. Works great for what I do with it. There's 4x4, hauls everything I want, which is that. And with the flatbed on it, it makes life super easy to load and unload this truck, even though it is a 4x4. I would love to get airbags on the back and a lift kit on the front, because right now it is nose down with that 900-pound bumper. It is nose down. It does level out when you put the trailer on, because the trailer's hitch weight is about 1,200 pounds. Means I'm probably about 50 pounds over gross vehicle weight, honestly, when the trailer is full of water. I don't run the trailer full of water. In fact, it's got no water in it right now. So I am safe when I'm running without water. If I fill my water tanks up and I fill up the gray water tank and I fill up the black water tank, I am well beyond my weight ratings. But who fills up a black tank and doesn't dump it, right? Yeah. If I have a worry about it, I just dump the clean water, the potable water, because it doesn't do any damage. There we go. That is my truck. Hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, well, I'm sorry. But if you did, you know, give a like, thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. Till next time, take care, everyone.